If you haven't heard, it's Christmas time. Kingdom Speak is here, not to deliver amazing Bible bombs this week, but we're just here to wish you Merry Christmas. Welcome to Kingdom Speak, Pastor Daniel McKillop. Holy night. We're just going to fade.
Wait, I want this line.
You want this night?
Yep.
You got to hang on. Don't play it later.
Right here. The cliffhanger.
It's good.
Woo! Merry Christmas.
So, Bill, how'd you like that bumper music?
Yeah, I never even thought of Bill. We were getting ready for this show.
If that doesn't get your spirits ready for the holiday season,
this is so good.
Bah, humbug.
This is so good. Hey, we got to do a review. It's that time, right? It's that time. Give me a second. I'm going to pull it up. We wanted to shake it up this episode, right? So as you can see, we have a nice fire burning here.
Yeah.
Warming our hands. It's the most wonderful time of the year, as one man said.
Hey, that would make a good song.
we could.
Really?
We could make stickers, bumper stickers.
Wow.
I never thought of that. Do you have a couple of jokes to kick us off,
Hey,
producer?
how do you lift a frozen car?
Lift a frozen car. I don't know.
With Jack Frost. Okay.
Hey,
It's going to be one of them episodes.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Where does Santa's reindeer stop for coffee?
Tim Hortons, right?
No, Starbucks. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
What do you call it?
We're losing our listeners already.
What do you call an obnoxious reindeer?
Don't know.
Rudolph.
Ooh.
I thought he was going to say my name.
Yeah. All right, that's good. That's good. How about a review?
How about a review? It's hard to focus when we're doing an episode like this. Usually, we're very laser focused on our content. Doesn't feel like we're there today.
Scattered?
No.
Yeah.
However, we do have people who listen and leave us reviews like this. 5-star Apple Podcast review from the United States of America. My favorite podcast. I love the doctrinal truths talked about in this podcast. As a young evangelist, there are so many great things I learn from in this podcast. Please keep it up. That's from Kagan.
Awesome.
I hope I said your name right, Kagan. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
We will definitely give you a digital amen for that.
Yes.
Can I get a hallelujah? Hallelujah!
So,
By the way, before we go any further, I'm really liking your guys' sweaters today.
all right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, you notice
Do you guys smell a dog?
Randy's the only one with a tie on.
Yeah.
It's usually the other way around.
Wow.
I do have a tie on today.
Nice. Nicely played.
We're going all out
Yes.
for Christmas.
Nicely played. Those buttons are probably going to be tested over the next few hours. Yep. This is Christmas Eve, so
It is.
we are fixing to dive into
It is.
food. So you like
Well, I thought I could hear a dog or something. I don't know.
you see that?
Come on, move, dog. I gave you the cue and everything.
Yeah. So I hope he doesn't disturb too much. We had an
That's
agreement.
a beautiful composition you got going on over there.
Every once in a while, you just got to throw him a bone.
Yep.
Come on. Come on.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of food, what are you guys having?
What is Christmas for you? What does Christmas? What's the menu? What's the menu?
So I have my wife's family and my family. So the usual tradition is, it's a planning nightmare for starters.
Do you do it, or do you like offload that onto your?
I'm the one
half?
that ends up usually doing it because
Oh,
her
really?
parents say, "Oh, it doesn't matter," and my parents say, "Oh, it doesn't matter."
Does that ever just kind of get you? You know, you're driving down the road with somebody, and where would you like to eat?
Wherever.
It doesn't matter.
Wherever. Yeah.
And then
We do
you
that
take-
with our family.
You take them somewhere, and then you find out they really didn't choose the area that well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but even like my wife and I and Jaron, we'll be going down, and so we have this deal. Like we rotate it. Someone has to make a
Okay.
decision.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And
Somebody's on point.
Jaron, it's your turn. You have to pick.
Just make a decision, man. Right?
Yeah. So it falls in your lap.
So yeah. So usually, however it goes, if it's my side of the family, we usually go to my grandmother's. So for those of you who don't know my grandma, she's almost 90 years old, still lives in her own house, drives herself around, is an hour and a half early to church.
Oh yeah.
Likes her house really cold.
Yeah, 95 degrees year round.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wears the big booties and the sweaters and
Yep.
the ultimate grandmother.
Yes.
But if we go there, it's the best Christmas meal you'll ever eat. So for us, it's a roast turkey. And she actually stuffs the turkey with stuffing. That's why they call it stuffing. You know that, right?
No.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Mine just ends up on the plate.
Okay.
So we take our niece and nephew once, and she pulls the turkey pan out of the oven, and Zach is there, and he looked at me like, "What's wrong with the turkey?" Because there's all this stuffing coming in.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. Anyway, she does the fruit salad, giant fruit salad.
Okay.
Stuffing, potatoes, carrots. The table is just rounded with food, and she has like 3 couches in the living room. All of
Those
the
are
shelves around.
Post-feast
Yeah.
vegging stations.
All of the shelves
Yep.
around the top of her main room are filled with teapots and trinkets. You would die in an avalanche of teapots if there was an earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
But that's Christmas. It's awesome. She's got deer out in the driveway.
So is it like some people are pretty structured. It's not Christmas if you're not eating at 12 o'clock.
Oh yeah, no, it's not that. No,
At
No.
Christmas,
It would be
so-
generally mid-afternoon.
Okay.
But she's the kind of person, like, she's pretty structured. She would get up at, I think gets up at 6 a.m. on Christmas Day and makes the turkey.
Oh,
Like,
really?
She's the kind of person that does that, yeah.
Yeah.
So she does it all. Homemade bread. I mean, everything is homemade. Everything is old school. Yeah, it's cool. It's just nostalgic. So that's Christmas with me. And then
So what do you bring? Or do you
usually
you
not
just
anything.
You just she doesn't.
I just show up. Sorry, Graham. I don't think she listens to the podcast either, which is a dagger in my heart. Yeah.
Leave us a review, Graham. Leave us a
Yeah.
review. We need you to leave us a review.
Well, after he's been like
Yeah.
busting her
Yep.
her whole, what'd you say with the socks and
Oh yeah, the sweater and
yeah, she's not gonna leave a positive review.
And then the in-laws is more of a, I would say, modernized version of that. And it's generally more of a potluck. So I have to say this on the podcast. I think it was 2016. The date is etched in my mind. Randy has already know what I'm going to say because he's a part of our family extended. We let him in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's there.
2016. This is gonna be good if you're still remembering. Go.
My sister-in-law.
Yep.
So it's a sign.
Is she a listener?
Yeah, she had.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right, listen up.
yeah, listen, Ashley. Just listen for a second.
Name dropped.
Yeah. She was assigned to bring the dressing or the stuffing.
Yep.
But it's not in the turkey. It's just more what you would expect nowadays. So a pan of stuffing. So we had a beautiful meal. The house was decorated.
Music
All the
playing.
family was there. The music was playing. Not like our bumper music. It was wonderful. Literal fireplace.
Really?
I think we had bought an old skidoo for the family.
Yep.
It's one of them things that, let's ride a skidoo once a year and it never works. It breaks down out in the middle of the field kind of thing. But we do it. And we sat down to the meal. The turkey is beautiful. The potatoes are just glistening. Everything.
Gravy.
The gravy is hot. Everything is wonderful. And all of a sudden, I take my first bite of dressing. And I'm like, oh, I got fruit salad. I got the wrong thing. But I look down and it's, no, it was warm. But in amongst my teeth were like apples and I think maybe like grapefruit and
Nice.
almonds, cashews.
Had you put gravy on this?
A little bit.
Ay, ay, ay.
But instantly I was in panic.
Your mouth must have just been like in
know what?
Civil War.
When I came to in the emergency room, I had to ask what happened, and they said it was the dressing that Ashley made.
It definitely ruined his Christmas. Ashley
Yeah,
single-handedly
it ruined my Christmas.
ruined the 2016
In fact,
Christmas.
guys, I need a break. I get
Okay,
flashbacks.
let's play some music.
PTSD? What? For real, though, what was it? She had just put all this other
Yeah,
stuff in
she's
it.
one of these
Experimental.
Careful, we're on air.
Yeah, no, she's one of these YouTube chefs.
Okay.
But she can cook. Okay, so let me
Yeah.
be honestly
Yeah.
clear and say,
Yeah.
she can make pavlova. The stuff.
I thought that was an opera singer.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
very similar.
That wasn't in the script. I just got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's great.
Yeah.
And yeah, long story short, she just thought it would be cool to, famous last words. Let's try something new. Yeah. It was,
Okay, so the question is, what was the consensus across the table?
Oh well, I'm the only one.
She
that
had her
will-
fan club that
Oh,
was
yeah.
like
that would be
brilliant.
my wife, which is her sister.
Yes.
Buddy.
Best dressing.
Gang up.
Yeah.
Those two will gang up.
Oh yeah.
They go to the mat for
Take
each
you
other on
out.
anything.
Take
Yeah.
you out.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
So it's one thing to pull the stuffing out of the turkey,
Yes.
but keep it within.
I have my limits.
Keep it within the. Okay.
Like
Very interesting.
now, for example, would you want potato salad with your turkey, or would you want hot potatoes? Like,
Yeah.
how far
Yeah.
are you willing to mix
And
it?
let's not start talking potato salad because not all potato salad's created equal either.
I have a boycott on potato salad. I don't touch it.
Did you hear about the old couple that met at the seniors dating breakfast?
No.
Now, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, they were just, you mentioned in potato salad, it came to my mind. They went to this deal. Both of them had deceased partners, and so they meet and they're chatting back and forth, and so he's asking, so what happened to your husband? And she said, oh, I've actually had 3 husbands. He said, oh really? And they all died? Yes. What happened? She said, well, the first one, he died of poisoning. He died of
Terrible.
poisoned potato salad.
All right.
And he said, wow, that must have been tragic. And so, well, what happened to your second husband? She said he died of food poisoning.
Let me guess. Potato salad.
Poisoned potato salad. He said, well, what about your third husband?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, well, he died of a concussion. He said, oh, really? He said, yeah, he wouldn't eat the poisoned potato salad.
Yes.
That's great.
So, yeah. So you put potato salad and turkey.
Yeah. Now we have tried the Christmas dinners where we do something different, right? Like
Okay.
do Mexican or
Yep.
like
And how's that go?
That's great. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But when you get messing up them old traditions, oh boy.
Yeah, but it's the old traditions. If you have multiple family gatherings and it's the same tradition at every gathering,
Yeah.
it is nice to have your Mexican or
So-
your pasta bar.
Yeah.
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 Well, yeah. After you do like 12 turkey dinners in a row,
You're done. Yeah.
You have a large
On
extended
the
family,
12th
right?
day of Christmas.
So what do
Yeah.
you guys do?
Yeah. So our typical Christmas is usually a hopping from party to party nonstop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Start out at my wife's family's.
Yeah.
And then we end up at my family's
Yeah.
later on in the day. The next day is spent with you guys Usually
Yep.
I read
They're-
Boxing Day.
The Reed Bash. That's
Yep.
right.
And then it's usually just party hopping from there on out, including New Year's. Then mom and dad usually have a cousin thing, and then they have a New Year's thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. I mean, here we are complaining about all our families and all our get-togethers.
Oh,
I
it's
get
really
that.
nice.
But man, when it's all over, it's nice to go home and eat a box of Kraft dinner on a silent Monday night.
A silent Monday. Oh, yeah.
You know, that
Yeah.
would make a good song. The silent Monday night after Christmas or something. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh,
So the host of the show, typically what he does for Christmas is he's usually somewhere hot, like the Bahamas or
on his private jet.
on his private
yeah,
jet.
That's right.
He's usually not around.
Yeah, for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Why are you looking like
he's
that?
got his dog on the beach.
So how many guests would come through your home in the run of a Christmas?
Where do you want me to start?
Because you guys make it a point to open up the house, right?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We kind of go through. There's really nothing traditional about our approach. So
No. From year to year, it's,
yeah. It used to be,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of evolved into more
Mm-hmm.
of if you don't have anywhere to go,
Yeah.
come crash here.
That's great. That's awesome.
So
For sure.
yeah.
Because Christmas is not always a good time for everybody.
Well, and that's a
Yeah.
very good point
Yeah.
to make.
Yeah.
It's a great time for family if
Mm-hmm.
if you have one.
If you have
Right.
one, exactly right. Yeah. No, it's true.
So that is something that we do try to do. Just kind of kick the doors open and especially the last couple of years.
Oh, for sure.
It's been an interesting approach to people couldn't even travel to get to family. And
Yeah.
so, yeah. But we do brunch
Mm-hmm.
with my wife's side of the family.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not traditional.
You guys host that?
It's usually at our house,
Yep.
but my wife, I love brunch. Are you guys brunch people?
Not really.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm just, yeah.
I'm not even allowed to use the
There's-
word brunch. So
Have you ever had a brunch
Yeah. Yeah. I've done it.
and you don't like it?
I mean, you don't invite me over, but I do brunch
I-
at other places.
I will,
as
for the
well.
record, say I don't believe I've been over there for Christmas. Have you?
That would be really cool to
Yeah.
have brunch at your house.
We should have a Kingdom.
You don't know how many
Christmas
times
brunch.
your family has contacted me asking me to invite you over for brunch at Christmas.
We want to have a good time. Invite
Can you
them over.
please take them over for Christmas?
Yeah. No, I'm not a brunch guy. What do you
So-
serve? Like a mixture of
They,
lunch and breakfast, I'm guessing.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep. And man, it's great. Literally a mix. So we've got our son is adopted from Belize.
Mm-hmm.
So our travels back and forth with Belize. If you go down there,
Mm-hmm.
the breakfast down there is not breakfast here. So it's tacos
Coke.
and Coke.
Yeah. Let's go.
Now the last time I was there a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
I actually tossed it up.
Fanta.
They were selling freshly squeezed juices.
Ooh, that
have
would
an
be
orange?
good.
Bro,
Yeah.
the lime juice was on point. It was great.
So
Yeah.
my first experience with that was just a few weeks ago in France, and that was absolutely incredible.
Freshly squeezed lime juice.
They got the
Not
machine,
lying,
right?
But they had oranges.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, these guys don't have a machine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
They are the machine.
yeah, yeah.
Do they like walk in it or
Yeah.
use their hands?
I'm not sure I even want to know.
Is this sort of like the dog on the front of your sweater?
Yes, kind of. So, Joey and Esther, my brother-in-law.
That's Pepino.
Yeah, that's Pepino.
Mr.
If
Puppy.
you're ever in
Yep.
Plaster Rock, you got to have some Pepino pizza.
Next time you guys are just traveling through, you got to stop by.
My little setup don't work good with my Christmas sweater here at
You're
my
having issues.
earpiece.
I could see that.
Yeah. So, Mr. Pepino they've also adopted from Belize. So anybody that's been there, it's kind of a love-hate relationship. You either really like those panadas and tacos or you don't. You can't think Taco Bell. Like that's not what
Not
it
the
is.
same thing.
Thank God.
So they will bring typically some of those, which is a neat
yeah.
twist
Yeah.
to a Canadian brunch
Yep.
because Mr. Pepino is quite the chef
Oh man,
himself.
he is awesome.
So then it's like French toast bake and
Mhm.
sausage and bacon and
I wonder how he
fruit
makes
salads
dressing.
and
Pino?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Would he add the
I know.
paraphernalia?
I think he'd be traditional.
Pretty
I think
traditional.
he really
Okay.
would be.
So the last few years, because you after the family gets so big, and then all the legs start spoken
I know,
out. And
yeah, absolutely.
so it's the classic case of some of the nieces and nephews are over here and they have turkey, and
Yeah,
so as you already said, by the time they get here, they're turkeyed out.
yeah.
Well, we're fine with tossing it up.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll usually do Mexican one year, Chinese one
Yeah,
year,
that's cool.
whatever, and that's on Christmas Day. And I always love. We're free of this part of it now, but you're feeding people at 12 o'clock, and they got to get up and walk out the door, and 2 hours later start all over
Oh,
again.
absolutely.
And you can see the pain on their face because they got to act happy. Got to act happy and hungry,
Yeah,
and they're neither.
yeah.
So, but it was not always that way. So my grandmother's been passed for
I was going to ask you about your gram.
yeah.
Yeah.
Graham Shaw,
Grammy
Grammy
Shaw.
Shaw. She was a one of a kind. So she's been gone for a few years now, and that's probably when the left-hand track of the traditional rail kind of broke free, and the train clattered.
She was the one that
itself.
held everyone together.
Yeah, my mom would probably lean a bit that way,
For sure.
but she's along for the ride.
Yep.
So my grandmother would make the pies,
Oh yeah.
and so when my mom
Sugar pie.
Oh.
Grammy Shaw. Oh man.
apple pie, rhubarb pie, sugar pie, pecan pie. Those were mincemeat.
Yeah, I'm not a mincemeat guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I know. We just lost the producer. He's gone.
really?
All right.
Seriously?
I'm gonna have to just pass on.
This
that.
is a guy who shoots every animal that walks in the woods and eats it, but he won't
Yeah.
eat mincemeat. Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then she.
there's nothing worse. No, I
Head-
can't even think
the
about
head
it.
cheese?
No, when they do a mincemeat
Tart.
tart. Oh,
What do you mean?
And
There's
you-
nothing worse.
You thought it
and-
was a pecan
and
tart?
you think it's a pecan tart, and you like it's your yeah.
Just a second. Now you can actually look at a mincemeat tart and think that's a pecan tart.
Oh man,
You can't blame that on the cook,
Listen, I totally did it.
bro.
And
Took a bite of it?
Bro.
never again.
Seriously?
No.
Oh man. So I hope we're making our audience just like so hungry right now. So my grandmom, she would bring like 8 or 9 pies.
It's a beautiful thing.
And the question would be asked, which one do you want? Well, how in the world?
Everyone.
How do you answer that? She would have homemade ice cream on the side. Coffee or vanilla typically was the choices. She was so particular about making coffee or her homemade ice cream, for instance, that and there may be some in our audience that don't even understand the technique behind it, but ice cream's not made in freezers at Walmart. It's,
Yeah.
Yep.
you know,
And if all you've had is a McDonald's cone,
right,
there's more to it.
right.
There's
a
more
lot
out
more
there.
to
There's
it.
more out
There
there.
is.
Yeah.
There is. Just like not all church is equal. Yeah. So you'd have to wait for the right temperatures outside, that snow
Yep.
with the frost in it, and you put it in, and the machine it turns the mixture that you put in the middle. You pack that snow and ice, put a little salt in there, get it starting to melt.
Like a nice sludge.
Yep, it's just an ice festival. And you can hear that thing grinding. That's good. And then, but when it starts, the goodness is almost there because it's thickening up. So, and she wouldn't even make her pie crust unless the sun was shining and the moisture was, if there was potential of rain that afternoon, no, I can't make that. It would mess up the pie crust. Literally.
Oh yeah.
Literally. That was the kind of lady that she was. Let me tell you a story about her. So we get a call that she'd fallen. And she ended up having a broken hip. So it wasn't just a casual fall. She was the type of person that would laugh about like anything. She would just cackle and tee-hee. And so we're there, and she's in like a lot of pain. And her hair, she looks like the wreck of the Hesperus, man. She is just what were you doing, Graham? And she just couldn't tell us. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Well, so finally, we get it out of her. She had cats that were, she didn't have them, but the neighborhood had cats that were coming over, and they would get in her flower gardens, and they would mess up her little system there. So she seen the cats coming, and she went to the fridge, the refrigerator, to the ice maker, and she grabbed a handful of ice, and she steps out on the front porch that is tiled, and she grabs these ice cubes and starts hucking them at these cats. She's
No way.
throwing them at the cats, trying to, and when she does, she slips and breaks her hip.
Oof.
So she didn't want anybody to know that she broke her hip, because that's just the kind of woman she was. Yeah. I loved
There's
it.
better ways to get rid of cats than ice cubes.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, just ask your grandsons.
Yeah.
They can come up with a way.
Right.
So that's the way she was. She would make her homemade ice cream, had to be made with a wooden spoon. You had to mix it with a wooden spoon.
All right.
Couldn't use a metal spoon.
All right. That changes it, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
She made chocolates. I remember her making
Yes,
chocolates.
she did.
So, Ganong chocolates, only better.
Yep.
Handmade.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So, but when she passed on, we kind of moved on from that.
Understandably, yeah.
More traditional.
Yeah.
But again, it was because everybody had already been turkeyed out by the time
Yeah.
they got there. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
love Christmas.
Oh boy, the dog
Just
is
a second.
the dog's acting up. Get it? Where are you going? What are you doing with the dog? Are you leading the dog, or is the dog leading you?
He had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I got it. Oh my word,
Sorry.
you guys.
You can edit that out.
I'm just playing some music.
Oh,
I love this.
Man.
When do you guys, or do you at all, turn Christmas music on? So, like on XM radio, for example, they kind of
after Thanksgiving.
they wean you onto it, right? They play
Yep.
one every 20 songs, and then it's one every 10 songs.
In our house, it's like mid-August when Christmas music starts.
No, cannot do it.
It's not mid-August.
Cannot do it.
It's early.
Oh man, that's awful.
I'm going to say anytime before December is too much.
Yeah,
I just kind of, and I'm already nearing my threshold.
you're almost getting
In
sick.
fact, the track you're playing right now is probably shoving me.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a nice other track you have that I really like too. Playing it.
Yeah, so I
before.
recorded myself.
Okay.
Did you guys hear that?
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
You recorded yourself what?
Well, I'm a recording artist. Did you guys know, or maybe you didn't?
Well, I know that you're a drummer, so I got one for you while you're pulling up your track.
Yeah.
Why is the turkey a member of the pop music group?
A turkey?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's the only one with drumsticks.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I have secretly been learning to play the flute.
Oh, secretly.
Yeah, it's not something I get out there often because obviously I have too many jobs now. So I don't want to go on the road playing flute full time. That would be too much.
Oh, okay.
But there's, I don't know. I just thought I'd maybe share you guys a little Christmas music. I'm not trying to brag, please. So don't.
Mr. Casista, go ahead. You have the floor.
I don't want to. So here's the backing music.
Well, you went all out, didn't you?
What are you laughing about?
No, I'm not laughing.
You guys don't like it?
You're
dog
hurting
don't
my
like
dog's
it.
ears.
Really? It's difficult to play.
Is this how you herd the guests out when you want them to leave?
All right, time to go home, Derek. Play the flute.
I'll shut it off. You guys like it?
No.
No.
Well, look, we've wasted half an hour of your time. I'm not sure. Do you have any more jokes?
They
for us?
probably will never,
Do you have any more jokes, Randy?
never listen again.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one. What do you call a bunch of chess players bragging about their games in a hotel lobby?
Chess players bragging about their game.
Chestnuts boasting in an open foyer. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Mary. Go ahead.
No, your turn.
Merry who?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh,
Big Merry Christmas.
that's about like what did Adam say to his wife the night before Christmas?
What'd he say?
It's Christmas Eve. Oh,
Time to wrap up.
They're so bad, they're funny.
oh.
One more. Give us one more before we wrap up. Give us one more.
What do you get when you cross a snowman with a vampire?
I don't know.
Frostbite.
Maybe after this, they're going to say, those guys should just go back to.
They're better at Bible than they are
Yeah,
at
definitely.
flying off the.
How come you're not bringing any jokes to the table here?
I don't know. I
It's definitely not because it's beyond you.
just tried. I tried to keep it serious today. I really did get nostalgic this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it for me. You guys got anything else?
That's it.
I'm going to get something to eat.
Yeah. Thank you for the great year, everyone. So next week we're doing our top 5.
Yes.
It's going to be, it's cool to reflect on the year and see what has resonated with our audience. It's pretty,
It is.
yeah. So you
It
guys
is.
will like that. First episode of 22 is bomb material.
Starting off with a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Hint,
got some
hint.
more
You'll
guys
love
lined
it.
up. Yeah, it's going to be great. So listen, guys, don't eat too much turkey and check the dressing before you.
We're not even sure if people will be listening to us.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
yeah,
so this could just be out there for the airwaves.
that's right.
Have fun with family.
That's right.
If you know somebody that doesn't have a family,
Exactly. Yes.
reach
I was gonna
out,
say that, yeah. No.
welcome them.
Nobody needs to be alone this time of year.
If this is a first that somebody has, first Christmas that somebody's without a loved one, these are tough times, man.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get so lost in the
Mm-hmm.
revelry of the moment that we really do miss that primary reason. So reach out, share Jesus with folks. Have a great Christmas, folks. We love you all. God bless.